When the body loses its rhythm, sometimes your period comes late, sometimes it comes too early, sometimes it disappears for months, then returns without warning, and each time the same question lingers quietly in the background. What is wrong with my body? Irregular periods are often dismissed as normal, blamed on stress, weight changes, or simply being a woman. Many are told to wait it out, to ignore it, to accept it as part of life. But menstruation is not just bleeding once a month. It is one of the clearest signals the body offers about internal balance. The menstrual cycle is a finely tuned biological conversation between the brain, ovaries, thyroid, adrenal glands, and metabolic system. When that conversation stays synchronized, cycles are predictable. When it breaks down, irregular periods are often the first quiet warning. For a cycle to remain regular, estrogen must rise at the right time, ovulation must occur, and progesterone must follow to stabilize the uterine lining. Even small disruptions in this sequence can alter timing, flow, or consistency. Irregular periods are rarely random. They are patterned responses to deeper physiological shifts. One of the most common causes today is chronic stress. When the body perceives ongoing stress, it prioritizes survival over reproduction. Cortisol levels remain elevated, suppressing the hormones responsible for ovulation. The brain sends a message that now is not a safe time to reproduce. Ovulation is delayed or skipped entirely, and the cycle stretches or disappears. Another major contributor is polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS. In PCOS, insulin resistance and elevated androgens interfere with ovulation. Without regular ovulation, periods become unpredictable. Some cycles are long, others are heavy, some disappear altogether. This is not a lack of discipline or willpower. It is a metabolic and hormonal condition. Thyroid dysfunction also plays a powerful but often overlooked role. Thyroid hormones regulate the body's metabolic tempo. When they are low, cycles may become longer and heavier. When they are high, periods may become light, frequent, or absent. Fatigue, hair changes, or weight shifts often appear long before thyroid imbalance is diagnosed. Sudden weight changes, gain or loss, can further disrupt cycles. Fat tissue participates in estrogen production. When body composition changes rapidly, estrogen signaling becomes unstable. Extreme dieting, overexercising, or rapid weight gain can all confuse the hormonal feedback loop that regulates menstruation. Even the pattern of bleeding carries information. Heavy bleeding may reflect estrogen dominance or uterine inflammation. Spotting before a period often signals low progesterone. Very light or brown bleeding can indicate suppressed ovulation or chronic stress. Irregular periods are not only physical, they carry emotional weight. Fear of infertility, anxiety around pregnancy, frustration with a body that feels unpredictable. But hormones do not only shape the uterus, they influence mood, cognition, and emotional resilience. When cycles fall out of rhythm, so does a woman's sense of stability. Ignoring irregular periods does not restore balance, and treating them without understanding the cause often masks symptoms without healing the system. Menstrual cycles respond to sleep, nutrition, blood sugar regulation, inflammation, stress, and environmental exposures. When these inputs shift, cycles adjust accordingly. The body is not malfunctioning, it is adapting. Irregular periods are not a failure. They are communication. They are the body's way of saying something deeper needs attention. And when a woman learns to listen, without shame, without dismissal, clarity begins to return. Because irregular periods are not the problem, they are the signal. And understanding the signal is often the first step toward restoring rhythm. Digestive function shifts as well. Stress alters gut motility, blood flow, and microbiome composition. Bloating, constipation, diarrhea, or new food sensitivities can emerge. The gut plays a role in estrogen metabolism through bacterial enzymes that influence hormone recycling. When gut balance is disrupted, estrogen clearance changes, circulating levels shift. Symptoms appear far from their origin, making cause and effect difficult to trace. What makes chronic stress so damaging is not its intensity, but its duration. The body can handle acute stress remarkably well. It is prolonged activation without recovery that erodes hormonal harmony. And modern life is uniquely effective at creating this state. Constant connectivity, blurred boundaries between work and rest, emotional labor, financial pressure, caretaking roles, and the expectation to function without pause. None of this registers as danger in a conscious sense, but the nervous system doesn't require conscious permission to react. Over time, women adapt to this altered baseline. Fatigue becomes normal, irregular cycles become expected, anxiety becomes personality. The body recalibrates around stress, and the absence of balance stops feeling like absence at all. This normalization is what allows damage to progress quietly. It's also what makes recovery feel unfamiliar when it begins. Chronic stress does not mean the body is broken. It means the body has been listening too carefully for too long. Hormonal systems are designed to respond to input. Change the input, and the system responds. This is not instant, and it is not simplistic. Rest is not just sleep. Relaxation is not just intention. Restoring hormonal health requires reducing the signals of threat, physiological, emotional, metabolic, and increasing signals of safety, predictability, and nourishment. Understanding this reframes the narrative. Symptoms are not weaknesses, they are messages. Chronic stress damages women's hormones not because women are fragile, but because their bodies are deeply responsive. That responsiveness is not a flaw, it is a survival mechanism that has been overused. And when the system finally gets permission to stand down, to exhale, to restore rhythm, it often does exactly what it was designed to do all along.